couple of occasions.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the case sometimes, unfortunately. I think Richard, I don't remember, I don't know if he saved it or not, if the ball went in. I wasn't paying attention because I was confused.
The last major save that Richard has had was with his left fist as the ball went about 5 rows into the seats.
Okay, so that whistle was a good whistle for him, bad whistle for Toronto. But hey, it happens.
I'm sort of envious of Richard's left fist as a halt to play inside the 6.
So I gotta say, so I'm a fan for like aesthetics when you're playing, like jerseys, gear, all that kind of stuff. I like Richard's goalie jersey a lot.
I do too, as a 7-meter throw for Toronto goes up in smoke twice. Richard Hesketh coming up large.
I like his jersey. I like the bright lime green jerseys that DC wore yesterday. Those were nice. The Columbus ones are really cool too, actually.
Woo! Did
Oh,
it? Yes.
unlucky.
Dang boo.
Very unlucky. That happens sometimes, though.
So if DC's greens had white, they would be a broadcaster nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
The white numbering.
Oh, yeah.
So dark color on dark color like that, except if you go like black on black, gosh forbid.
Unless it's outline. You can have a white outline with a black number. That might work.
Yeah. The Dallas Stars pull that off with a green outline for their glow-in-the-dark jerseys. And a goal scored there for Toronto.
All right, I got to ask you this. So Minnesota, we have those baby blue, Carolina blue. Is it hard to see us see the goalkeepers on this floor?
No.
Really? Okay.
We looked at that Friday. When we were setting up. I had no issue.
Okay.
Spotting you.
I mean, Tristan's taller than I am, and I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I guess you got the black pants too, but. Ooh.
Yeah, I had no issue with the baby blues for Minnesota.
I'm a fan of the orange. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think DC's jerseys are the best. Like they're very plain and simple, but like the pink and the lime green, those are great. The goalkeeper one, the yellow, I'm not a fan of, but whatever. And enough talk about fashion.
I'm not a fan of getting a bear hug there if I'm the attack for Toronto, because that halts the attack and they have to refire.
Ooh, good catch.
But a bad shot by Renault.
Yep. Went just wide. It was a rocket going for that corner. I'd say maybe 6 inches to the right, and that goes in.
Briggs, bounce shot, save, and an outlet. 2 on Oski, Rutro, Reggie, and Hesketh unable to make the save. As it is 19-10, Toronto balloons into a Minnesota team handball style lead. As Minnesota team handball had a lead on Miami as that goes high and wide. Minnesota had an 8-goal lead at this juncture of their pool play game with Miami back on Friday night.
Yeah, I think we had like a 8-2, 8-3 lead against Toronto also, and then Toronto came back. Hence why they ended up winning. Oh,
shot and a goal there.
Good effort there by the pivot.
And Briggs did his darndest to maintain defense. Shot there for Detroit goes by the wayside.
Good save, even though it got pulled back. It was on the ground and then lifted his arm back up to swat it away. Like swatting a fly.
McCulloch, I believe, back to wearing number 14. Goes to Gania. McCulloch Colic at the 6, score.
Yep, good effort there. A little bit, slight breakdown in the defense of Toronto, letting the back kind of go through. A little bit of miscommunication is my guess. But yeah, it was a good goal.
Now, other than the defensive stops necessary for Toronto to get back into the game, does a timeout give you momentum, or does a timeout give you more momentum than a normal a normal game plan of trying to get defensive stops? Or can it?
It can. I mean, it more stops the offensive side. And I think maybe Detroit should take a timeout. You know, maybe if they get a goal here, make a stop, and they get another goal.
As that goes wide.
Yep, that'll be a corner. Maybe just kind of take a breather yourself. You're getting excited. You got adrenaline pumping. You're trying to
do too much.
Yes, exactly. You're thinking too much. Plain and simple. Sometimes you just need to. Which I mean, you'll see me do that a lot whenever I get scored on a few times. Just reset yourself.
Fast break for Toronto. Goal.
Yeah, not much you can do there. I think Richard, so used to be the case where goalies could come out and stop the ball like that, but there was too many injuries on the field players. So now if a goalie steps out to stop a ball or wrap up a player on a fast break like that, goalie gets a red card. So I think Richard thought he could go get the ball, but then he stepped back smartly at the last second to try to make the stop. Ooh.
Ball played out of the corner by Detroit, won't go.
Good D.
As Toronto has an 11-goal lead. Jeff Disher, Josh Wallinga with you from here at DeVos Fieldhouse in Holland.
Oh, there it is.
Double whammy. Briggs with the howitzer off the pipe.
Four times the charm.
Off Andy Dangvu and back in.
Terrible feeling for Dangvu there, but Detroit needed that, and I think that was his fourth shot that hit the post, but this time it went in, which is good.
Detroit on the breakout, 2-on-1, 3-4-on-1 with trailers, shot in the goal. And you cannot stop 4 players coming at you full bore very often.
Yeah, and one thing about Detroit, too, is once Detroit gets rolling, they're kind of like a steam engine. They really get going. So if they make another stop or two here, have a good save by Hesketh, Richard, or Bruce, or Brett.
Careful.
and then they can just get that going. So let's see if they can get a stop here and then maybe get another goal.
Shot in the goal past Hesketh. Looking forward to 12 hours of the business given by my fellow goaltender up here in the booth with yours truly. 18th minute of the second half, so we're down to the final 7 for 5th place as Toronto looking to take it home. Shot, kick, save, Dangvu can't do that again. Shot in a goal. Detroit to within 9. In all seriousness, though, been a fun week.
Yeah.
I've loved it, and quality handball all around, even on the women's side, which ended yesterday with an Orlando championship.
Yep, I was looking forward to watching Chicago and Canada play, but you know, it is what it is. Next year we'll get hopefully get some more teams to come out for this. Going up. Ooh.
Kick save, Dangvu.
It's a good save.
And Toronto will come back over, you'd think. Whistle, halt play, clock roll.
Yep, so what you saw off camera is the Detroit player was hugging up the Toronto player. Gives his time a little bit, or gives his team time to get back on defense, taking the 9-meter penalty, or the good penalties as they call. Good penalties are the ones where you get the 9. Bad penalties are the 2 minutes.
Or you have the double whammy where you give up a 7, take a 2-minute and have a goal scored on you.
Yep, that will happen. That happens sometimes.
And goaltenders, regardless the name, hate it.
Click here. Goaltenders hate this.
Whether that name is Jeff, Bruce, Josh,
Brett, J
Brett.
Squared, JJ, JD. Oh, wow, there's a lot of J's.
I'm a Jeff with a G, though, so I'm further up the
Yeah,
alphabet.
I know.
You're welcome.
You still make the J sound, though.
Name's British. I'm not. 20th or 21st minute. Fun game, though. Surprised that Detroit is hanging around. Goal scored on Hesketh, 24-15 Toronto.
Ooh.
Shot and a goal on the recoil for Detroit.
Yeah, it was pretty close at the beginning. I think it was, what, it was like 2-1, 2-2 or something like that for 5 minutes in, and then things just kind of, the cliff gave away and things started rolling for Toronto. And, yeah, once they get going, they get going. A couple breakdowns here and there by Detroit as well. Toronto has them, just like that pass, unfortunately.
And they usually, you know what they say about handball. Handballs roll downhill.
Yep.
And you'd hate to be at the bottom of that hill.
Yep, get the ball rolling.
Toronto with possession as they cross. 2-on-1, shot and a goal. 25-16 Toronto, late stages, final 3 minutes and change. As Detroit rather, crosses the line. I was encouraged to bring my custom Detroit Red Wing reverse retro jersey on this trip. However, June in Michigan, a little too warm for that.
Yep, fall in Minnesota. I think you wore it in Minnesota too.
The Detroit one? No, I got that over the winter with the Rangers. But you may have seen the Winter Classic jersey last year.
Oh, that might have been what
Classic.
it is. Yeah. Gosh, those are nice jerseys. I wish I could get my hands on them, but money and timing. But economics for another day.
Just got to know when to hold. Speaking of economics, you've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yep, know when to walk away.
Yep, exactly. Detroit, not folding, down 9. Time not on their side, though.
Nope. I think Toronto's got this one, minus like an absolute breakdown of all Toronto players leaving the field at once.
Or maybe laying down.
Yeah.
Shot in the goal.
I mean, even laying down, as the old saying goes, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
So there, even if they just laid down and, you know, something would happen.
Yeah, 8 goals with 2.5 or under 2 minutes now. An insurmountable lead to overcome, or deficit to overcome. Twice the bear hug, halts play, clock rolls. We have Miami and Milwaukee coming up for 3rd place and the medal round. 2-on-1.
Ooh.
Mental breakdown there for Detroit as they wanted the fast break that they won't get.
Yep, so now it's just trying to get some stats padded on Detroit's side. Maybe see. Oh, that was a good look.
Ball out of play. Dangvu will control for Toronto.
Oh, defending on the crease.
No whistle. We'll hang here. Nice to see our Vegas Golden Knights
win
last night.
Yep, 3-1 up. 1 away from the championship.
Game 5 Monday night.
Ooh, well done.
as that goes into the net. 26-17, final seconds of play before we get ready to see Miami and Milwaukee. Looking forward to that one because I'm looking forward to seeing one of the best motors in the tournament being Mike King for Milwaukee.
Mike King will be playing
Columbus.
Columbus later today.
Goofed. Ryan Peterson is who I'm thinking
Ryan
of.
Peterson. Yep, there you go. All right.
As the buzzer sounds.
Ooh, we were pretty close on the clock this time. Chalk that a win for the broadcasters.
Agreed. 26-17, Toronto over Detroit. We'll pause. We'll bring you the Ryan Peterson-led Milwaukee United Handball Club as they take on Inter Miami for third place, and that comes your way next.
Oh, looks like we're doing the last second 9 meter like last
Ooh,
time.
no.
Nope, just deciding to do that. That's fine.
And we have one more piece of business. Player of the game.
I'd say probably Renault again. Maybe number 5, or the goalkeeper. You know what? I'd give it to Dangbu.
I'll give a shout out and a mention to Andy Dangbu for Toronto. So he is our man of the match. We'll keep things rolling. Inter Miami, Milwaukee, third place, and the medal round begins next.